7 party leaders were invited to the ITV Leaders Debate. Tonight, 5 turned up. Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn declined the invitation. The leaders who did come each gave a short statement to begin.
The SNP will always stand up against Tory cuts because they are damaging our public services and pushing more people into poverty.
Brexit would never have happened if it wasn't for Ukip. We have taken you so far. Elect Ukip MPs and give us the tools to see this through.
We can end the scandal of 4 million children living in poverty in one of the richest countries of the world. We can transform our energy system to make it the cleanest and greenest.
If you want Britain to lead the world, do not turn your back on the world. A brighter future is still possible. The fight is not over. It is time for some hope.
The leader of the Welsh party, Plaid Cymru, spoke directly to the Prime Minister.
You may be too scared to come here tonight, for your U-turns to be highlighted, for your cruel policies to be exposed. You want this election to only be about Brexit, because that means you avoid talking about the real issues.
But how to get a good Brexit was the first question asked, and it was quickly apparent the UKIP leader was under pressure.
Why are we running the risk of a hard, extreme Brexit? It is around control of immigration, and Theresa may not have had the guts to be here tonight, but her spokesperson in the form of Paul Nuttall certainly appears to be here in her place.
So much so, he forgot Leanne Wood's name and called her Natalie by mistake.
And that's 6,500 well-paid jobs in Wales that you were prepared to just lose down the Swanee.
Natalie, we have a huge trading deficit with the European Union.
Mr Nuttall pressed on with advice for the government.
Be bold on immigration, because when people voted to leave the European Union, they didn't just vote to control our borders, they voted to control immigration. Say no to any divorce bill.
The next audience question was on the NHS.
I am extremely concerned about the funding of the NHS and social care going forward.
If we care about our older people, then we care about the people who care for them. And that is why we're putting a penny on income tax for health, because that is about health and social care.
Essentially, this does come down to what kind of country we want to be. And as I've said before, we do want to be the kind of country that makes sure that we look after people all through their lives, including when they get towards the end of their lives.
Then a question on the cost of living, and UKIP's analysis again under attack.
One of the reasons that wages have stagnated in recent years, and have probably stagnated since about 2004, is because of the levels of immigration. We have an oversupply of labour.
That's the answer to everything, isn't it?
Well, I just want to say it is unfortunate there isn't a single question to which the answer for Paul Nuttall isn't immigration. But on the substance of what we're talking about here...
There was a question on education from a teacher.
What would you do to support teachers and schools to ensure that every child gets the best start in life?
It was a chance to attack the government's policies.
I believe in a public education system. In Wales, we're not going to have grammar schools, and as long as I draw breath, that will be the case.
I was quite aghast this morning when I heard Theresa May say that she was going to increase funding for schools, almost literally by taking the food out of children's mouths.
Yeah. Free school meals for infant school children was something the Liberal Democrats delivered in government. To get rid of them, after the schools have put so much money and effort to build kitchens, to bring in new ways of delivering those free school meals, is an absolute hideous assault.
There were some swipes at UKIP tonight, Paul Nuttall, the only Brexiteer on the panel. But in truth, the main target for these opposition leaders was the Prime Minister. Carl Dinnan, News at 10.